Lights on. Blew a fuse. Reset the breaker. Lights on. Blew a fuse. Alright, well, I have the boat pulled because of Hurricane Dorian. I brought it from Vero Beach back to my home in Orlando to leave it here because I thought it'd be safer inland with the storm that was supposed to hit the coast. That's another story. It never hit the coast really hard. Anyhow, before I bring the boat back, and since I have it out of the water on a trailer, I was having a problem with my LED lights. The LED lights that I had were cracked. They're the ones that came with the boat and they're under a warranty. But you know how that goes. Am I going to pull the boat and take it up to the warranty place, which is an hour north, and then tell them about the lights so that they can say, well, you must have backed into something? Both of them equally at the same time? I don't buy that. But they were bad. They were cracked. They were shorting out this fuse. Every time I went to turn them on, it would trip the breaker. So finally, when I pulled the boat, I looked at them, and they were cracked every which way you could possibly crack a plastic lens underwater LED light. So I went over to West Marine. I was possibly looking at getting the Sea Blazes. They're like $300 a piece, but I've had them in the past, and they have not been a good light for me. Maybe they've got great lights, but the two that I had both needed to be repaired under warranty, and the one that I had repaired under warranty was bad. And when I went to call them about that, they said, well, it's been over a year since your original purchase, so therefore we can't help you out. And I had to end up buying another set of lights. I did not buy the Sea Blaze. I bought these underwater lights from West Marine, which they were only $99 for the two of them. Because I'm a Port Supply member, I got them for $59. Port Supply is if you're doing enough business and enough quantity, you can apply to become a Port Supply member. And with me maintaining 3 yachts and 2 other boats, plus being a Marine police officer, retired now, but still they know me. They were fortunate enough to get a Port Supply card. So the underwater lights that came with this boat sucked. They were plastic. Yeah, they worked for about 8 months, and then they were all cracked and shattered, and it just didn't look right. I don't know if they were on too tight or what, but all of a sudden I started getting circuit breakers tripping. So I cut them off and got rid of them completely. Now this is the wire that I cut. This is the wire that it comes with. You can see I drilled my hole back there. And now I'm putting in the nuts, screws, and bolts. I'm going to take this off of and put it on something a little tighter so that what is going on? Already have issues. So the light comes here, comes up through this hole. I decided to drill a little hole right there just to help stabilize it in the water. I can get a little zip tie in there with it. Then we're going to connect it to there. So now I'm going to take this heat shrink and slide it over there for now. I'm going to twist these knobs so I got nice clean ends to put my crimpers on. Do the same here. I have these red heat shrinks. Note to self, get knee pads. Ta-da, it's in. It's out. Oh. All right, kneeling on concrete's not my favorite thing to do. That one's done. So I know that the red is a power. And this one I have a black and a white. Now white I normally associate with being a ground wire. So we're gonna go ahead and go with the red to the black, which should give me what I need there. And that's nice and snug. Now we'll get another red one and redo this wire so it's nice and pointy, no loose ends, so that the red connector can slide right on. Yay. We'll crimp that one down. That looks good. All right, we're gonna start by taking off this orange strap. Giving us a little room to work. And I've got a pump back here that is the pump that sucks up the water through this tube, goes in through here and feeds the live well. So we got to worry about that when it comes to mounting the screws. So this one's a little more complicated. All right, on this one, I've got to find a spot where I can get away with the bolts and screws. I think if I just put one screw close to this pump motor, I can fight off the rest. So I'm gonna move my main hole to right about here. Now, if you look at the back of this thing, there's a big rubber button bigger than this cable. So I've got a drill hole big enough for that to mount. So we're gonna get the drill bit out. We're gonna get the largest bit I got. But before I do that, I'm gonna drill a pilot hole. And just to be safe, I'm gonna take this rubber gasket and line up where I want the hole to be. Being careful not to let hot shavings fall on your legs. All right, that's the pilot hole. Now we're gonna go in it with the bit. I probably could have just gone in it with a bit, but I just wanted to make sure. All right, there's the pilot hole. Now let's feed this back over the rubber grommet, and then we'll feed this electrical wire. Hold on, before I do that, let me do this. Let me take the rubber grommet. I'm going to get the smaller bit, the one we're going to use to actually put the screws through. And we're going to line this up here. And that looks good right there. So I'm going to make a hole. Another hole here, then another one. So now I've got my indents where my holes need to be. lights, the holes on the lights are just a tad small. So I'm going to drill those out without cracking anything. That's why I want one size up at a time. All right. I'm done with the drill bits. Now the next time I need something, it's going to be the Phillips bit. And my ADHD is just taking over in full force because I can't figure out where I put the Phillips bit. Oh boy. Found the Phillips bit. It was right where I put it last time, where I forgot where I put it. I'll tell you what, I don't have ADHD, I have HD ADHD. Mine's in high def. All right. On it goes. Now we can feed the wire through the main hole. Grab the other end of it. I actually should grab it this way because that's the side that the hole is on. We're going to feed it up through. And now that goes there. All right. I'm done with the drill bits. Now the next time I need something, it's going to be the Phillips bit. And my ADHD is just taking over in full force because I can't figure out where I put the Phillips bit. Oh boy. Found the Phillips bit. It was right where I put it last time, where I forgot where I put it. I'll tell you what, I don't have ADHD, I have HD ADHD. Mine's in high def. If you want to know a little bit more about ADHD, the best example I saw was years ago. I watched a video on YouTube. It's called Stephen Banks Home Entertainment Center. If you have about a half an hour and you want to watch something funny, Stephen Banks is a musician, plays guitar, drums, ukulele, pots, pans, and he's got to get a project done, but every time he does, he gets pulled away. He gets pulled away, and it's funny to watch how ADHD mind works, because that's it. So I got this big screw right here, and I'm going to try to get my fat finger on that screw with this in the way. Push to unlock. Oh, that's cool. I hope that don't come off anytime soon. Now, let me get the wrench again. Hang on. Alright, I found it. By now I should go get a crescent wrench, like a needle nose kind, where I can lock this bolt in place. One more try. Let me take and shave that down a little bit there. I may have, where did I put that wrench? Okay, make sure I got this going the right way. It worked. All right. Start putting on this red one. Before we go any further, let's go ahead and test these lights and see if I did it right. And so I'm going to go ahead and use my trusty cigar lighter to apply the heat shrink to help with the water sealing. I've never seen heat shrink work. You just make sure you go all around it with your handy dandy lighter, and you can see it just closes down. You don't want to overdo it. There. That's pretty much watertight. But to make sure, we're going to slide this big heat shrink over it. And heat that up. All right, whatever I missed on the heat shrink, I'm going to make up for it with electrical tape. I'm going to go up the shaft. Now, I don't expect this to be watertight, but between the heat shrink and the electrical tape and the heat shrinks on the butt connectors and the fact that this isn't directly in the water, should prevent any major malfunctions. Leaving them on for long periods of time out of the water is not good for the lights. They have to have some type of internal cooling, and that's what the water provides. So once they're submerged, you can leave them on for hours. That's not a problem. If I were to leave them on out here, I would have all kinds of problems. I'd be cracking lenses and everything else. Some people will tell you the best day of their life is the day they got the boat. The second best day is the day they sold the boat. I don't believe that. I think if you're getting a boat, you know what you're getting into. Do what you can on your own, but when you can't, take it to a good marine guy. I mean, talk to everybody. Again, not an endorsement. In Orlando, All-American Marine, top notch. Very happy with his work. He serviced our police boats at the Belle Isle Police Department. Steve's the guy you want to go to if you're in Orlando looking for boat repair. In Fort Pierce, I take my boat to M&M Marine. His name is Marty. He's not the cheapest guy out there, but when he tells you it's done Tuesday, it's done Tuesday. It's done right, things are cleaned up, can't go wrong there. So, for Mobile Mateys, I'm Reinhold Matey. Putting lights on a boat, maybe we'll get out one night and do some shrimping. Thanks a lot for watching. Please give me a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button and the bell for notifications. I'd love to keep putting these things out. Trying to find topics that want covering. If you have any ideas, send me an email at reinholdmatey, it's REINHOLDMATAY @ me.com. Hope I see you on the next one. Bye.